All right, we're going to wait for a second because it pushes over to LinkedIn. But if you're joining us on another platform, welcome. All right, welcome back to another episode of Ground Floor Government. I'm your producer, Joseph Lewin, and I am joined by who's going to be your regular host, David Plappert. And we are doing one more kind of special episode here before we dive into telling the stories of the people that make local government run. This podcast is powered by PhoneLive, and we get a lot of questions about how it works and setup and things like that. And so we wanted to just do a quick episode to cover some of these frequently asked questions that people ask about PhoneLive. And then after this episode, we're really going to be primarily focusing on the people who make things run and make your local government run. So first of all, David, can you just give us a quick overview of what PhoneLive is?
Hey, Joseph, I'm excited to be here today. PhoneLive helps you connect the 20% of Americans that cannot access your live stream to your live stream.
Love it. Yeah, and we spent a couple episodes kind of diving into who those people are and why they're not able to get access. And, to kind of summarize what we talked about, there's different groups of people, whether it's folks who are elderly or people from lower socioeconomic situation where they might not be able to access broadband, or rural communities where they don't have access to broadband. And so PhoneLive really gives a way for them to be able to still join into things like city meetings and stuff like that.
100%, 100%. The quickest stat off the top of my head is 10.3% of Americans do not have broadband access at home. And that includes suburban, that includes rural. That's why we're here. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And then, basically PhoneLive connects into streaming service, right? So talk to me a little bit about what does the setup of PhoneLive entail and how does it integrate with the solutions that local governments are already using?
Yeah, this is an awesome question. So right off the bat, PhoneLive is a cloud telephone service. So the setup normally looks like you already live streaming. We work with 99% of live stream providers out there. And so as long as you're already streaming, we're good to go. And we connect to that live stream feed, and then that is what powers your telephone. So that sounds all high-tech mumbo jumbo, but it really only boils down to about a one-time 15-minute screen share to hop on a Zoom call, and we copy some stuff back and forth between us and your IT guy with your live stream. Like I said, about 15 minutes one time. There's no hardware, so there's no purchases for encoders or anything like that. We take care of all the telephone connectivity in the cloud for you. And so you don't need any telephone lines, you don't need telephone service, you don't need any special telephone equipment, anything like that. All that's taken care of in the cloud. And again, no hardware, and it's quite literally a 15-minute Zoom call to get it connected. And then that live stream is used as the trigger for your phone. So you don't have to start anything, you don't have to stop anything, no management. It's just that one 15-minute deal, and we're off to the races.
Cool. So essentially, let's say that you have a local government meeting, a school board meeting. The school board, as long as they already have some kind of live stream set up, let's say Zoom or StreamYard or something like that they're streaming to the public. So that's a requirement to make this work, correct? That they already have streaming software.
Yeah, we do have an option if you don't live stream, but we work a lot easier and streamline a lot of stuff if you already are live streaming. And 15 minutes if you're already live streaming, and we can have you up and rolling.
Okay, so then if you have a regular school board meeting or something like that, just as an example, then PhoneLive is going to connect directly into your streaming software you're already using in most cases, and then there are some workarounds if you don't already have streaming, but basically you're just connecting in to their existing setup. And then it sounds like there's not really a lot of back and forth management of meeting to meeting.
Yeah, correct. So just to dive a little bit more technical into what the connection looks like. So PhoneLive actually has patented this, but we provide you an RTMP destination. So just like streaming to Facebook or YouTube, you just add PhoneLive as an RTMP destination, and so anytime you live stream, it gets triggered. That's basically all we have to do. And if that doesn't make sense to you, perfectly okay. Just jump on a screen, screen share meeting with us. Like I said, 15 minutes, we can have you off and running. I apologize. My brain moved.
Oh, good. Yeah. So then, what about? I know you kind of mentioned a little bit, but what about phone numbers? Like, do they have to worry about getting phone numbers, or how does that process work?
Yeah. So because we're in the cloud, all the telephone connectivity that we do is in the cloud. And so when you sign up with us, we will provision phone numbers, toll-free phone numbers for you. So we'll fully manage those. One of the perks, I'm showing for a second, of PhoneLive is a 24/7 dedicated phone number for your meeting. And so people call in when you're live, they can hear what's live, but they can also call in after the fact and hear what was last live. So it's a 24/7 managed phone system for you.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So that kind of gets us into, you kind of already mentioned it, but dive a little bit more into the live notifications. What is that about?
Yeah, so live notifications is really our magic sauce, big piece of our pad. So you might be familiar with like auto dial, robo dial kind of stuff. And we have a version of that where when your live stream starts, so think of your school board meeting starting, your city council meeting starting, when it starts, automatically that live audio is put on your dedicated toll-free phone number. So people can call in to that number, hear the meeting being live. Now, live notifications, the magic sauce here is we maintain a subscriber list for you of phone numbers so that when that meeting starts, when the school board starts, when the city council meeting starts, it will auto dial or auto call all those subscribers. So if somebody's interested in that meeting, they can become subscribed, or you can subscribe them. We can talk more about the can spam stuff a little bit later, but we've gone through the process to comply with all those regulations for you. But it calls those people out. So the big win is people don't have to remember what time to call in. They don't have to remember what number to call in. Never any pin numbers or pin codes with PhoneLive. And all they have to do is answer the phone, and they're partaking in whatever the meeting content is.
Awesome. Yeah. So what does it look like? What's the process for getting people subscribed so that they can get that call in when a meeting goes live?
Awesome question. So today there's 4 ways for a person to become subscribed. Number one, and the easiest method, is they can call in and subscribe themselves when they call in to your dedicated toll-free number. And so the call flow, and I think we'll hit this a little bit later, when they call in, hey, thanks for calling City of ABC. If you want to get a call whenever City is live, press 1 or just hang on the line for the live stream. So they can press 1 right there. Hey, you'll get a call next time the city's live. They're now subscribed. Number 2, in our dashboard in the back end, which we can show in a future, or link to one of our YouTube, you can see some more in-depth examples of that. You just go add subscriber, type their phone number in. So if you've got an office person or whatever, and they can handle that for you. Number 3 is doing a CSV import. So if you've got a list of phone numbers somewhere, so you're on the school board and you have a system with parents' phone numbers already populated, you can do a CSV export of that, import that into PhoneLive. And number 4, we also provide an API. So we can integrate with other systems and keep numbers flowing. So if you've got apps or websites or other places where you collect phone numbers for people to subscribe, we can integrate those and those flow into and out of PhoneLive.
Awesome. Yeah. So just make it super easy for people to call in or get called when a meeting that they want to participate is going on. Love that. Yeah. So, overall, from what you're describing, the process is fairly simple to get set up. fairly straightforward week to week operation. But then what happens if something goes wrong? Like what ways can people contact you for support if something does end up going amiss?
Yeah, so I'm really proud of this. We provide the traditional, call, live chat, email. We've got a Facebook group, but our biggest thing that a lot of people love is we provide support via text message. So how many times have you been in the middle of a meeting, in the middle of trying to get something done, something's not working the way you want it to, and you're like, I really need somebody to help me right now, but I'm not going to jump on a phone call. I don't have a half hour wait to whip up an email and get a response. Like I just need help, and I got 30 seconds, right? So the same number you use to call in for support, you can text that number, comes right to our text. And for what it's worth, we don't have any level 1, level 2, level 3 text support. When you call in or text in or anything like that for text, you get the text. And so happy to help. And, the guys who run it will be the guys responding to you.
Awesome. Love that. Yeah. So just to kind of round out today, kind of summarized a couple things, and we'll come back to that in a second. But what kind of training do you guys provide when you're getting ready to implement a system?
Yeah, so it's kind of a running joke around here. The training we provide is we'll give you a gift card to take your team out for coffee. Because there's really not a whole lot. Happy to sit down and do demos, via screen share. But really, it's a plug and play system. And most of our clients, once we get them installed, they're like, "This is it. It just works. The numbers just show up." Even going back to like the day-to-day management of it, right? Like they log in once a month, maybe just to see, how many people have tuned in and for how long. You don't have to start anything, don't have to stop anything, don't have to set anything up. There's no meeting to meeting management. So, really, we'll give you a gift card. And, if you honestly have questions, happy to do a screen share, happy to, help. But, yeah, it's a very, informal, training process.
Awesome. Yeah. And you actually just mentioned something there that, I didn't have a question to ask you about, but I'm going to ask you anyway, is, analytics. So what kind of reporting and analytics is available on the back end?
Yeah, awesome question. So unlike live stream, where they say, hey, so many minutes and roughly these, this area and roughly, these types of browsers and computers and whatnot, with the phone number, we're able to provide you a phone number. And so you want to reach out and interact with that person, you can dial the phone number. You get an actual person. Beyond that, it has we pull CNAM for all the people that call in. So whatever caller ID is, it gives you a rough estimate of the location, and it also gives you the type of device. Is it a cellular device? Is it a landline? Is it VoIP? Is it enterprise? Whatnot? And then beyond that, you can tie analytics to a specific caller. So we've got some customers who, if they have a new caller, they'll reach out to them. Hey, thanks for calling in. Anything, we can help you with? Why, why'd you start calling in? And the flip side, hey, you've been attending for the last, 6 months every week, and you stopped attending the past couple of weeks. Is there something we can help you with? Did you move? Whatnot. So analytics are very tight down to the actual phone number.
Awesome. Love that. Great. So yeah, I mean, just kind of to summarize, overall, we're talking about PhoneLive is really straightforward. And I think it's kind of funny to even as we're going through this, because it just seems maybe a little too simple. That's exactly. So, you're just, if you want to be able to reach that 20% of people who are often left out, they're not able to participate, adding phone is going to help you reach a good chunk of those people and give them access. It also helps you comply with regulations, especially some of the pending regulations that are coming up here. And then it's really simple. You just buy the software, get on a 15-minute call, connect it with your system. And then from there, you're basically good to go. And it's not like you're going to have to set aside weeks of time to train people, or a whole, afternoon or day session to train people on how to use it. It just works. It's just pretty awesome.
That's it.
So cool. Yeah. Thanks, David, for sharing about PhoneLive and all the different aspects that go into it. And thanks everybody for tuning in to this episode of Ground Floor Government. If you like this episode, definitely like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and tune in for future episodes where we're going to be interviewing the people that make local government work. So thanks again, David, and we'll see you guys next time.